my name is Mark Walsh from Integration Training. This is a short video on how to make your life better, how to make things more wonderful. It's really quite straightforward. You make requests, so ask for stuff. Asking for what you want is how you can make your life better. Of course, doing it directly. We're social animals, so we tend to do things in a web of relationships and rely upon other people. So that's requests. In a work context, it's really what people get paid for, is making requests. People accept those, make commitments, and we manage that, and hopefully accountability. So what are the elements of a request in order to make your life better? Well, the first one is that you're making it. So rather than saying, it's cold in here, you might say, I would like you to close a window, to put the heating on. The next thing is there's someone there that you're making the request to, someone specific. So tends to be people might, for example, send out an email to a whole bunch of people saying, can someone do something about this? And then you get diffusion of responsibility in that not one person has had that request heard that specifically to them. So that sounds very simple, and often it's missed, that it's from one person to another. Other elements there is something concrete and doable. We talk about what we call conditions of satisfaction. So let's say you want a report doing, you might say, rather than just give me a good report, which is quite subjective, you might say, I want a report, I want it to be 20 pages long, I want it to have a section in from marketing, another section in from finance, for example. And I want that within a week. So timeframes are really critical on conditions of satisfaction. Other elements are important: timing, context, tact, we call that, and mood. So this is the physical, the embodied emotional element. That's absolutely vital. It can also be misread on emails. On the emotional front, you might also want to say where it's coming from and why. So can you do this with this? It will meet my need for consideration, or it would really meet my need for respect. That's much more compelling than just saying, just do it. It really brings us on to demands. So a request is something that if the other person doesn't do it, that's okay. So I'm asking you to do it, you might not. It might be some consequences. It's basically, I'm okay with you not doing it. A demand, on the other hand, is something different. A demand has a different feel to it. The demand is, if you don't do this, I'm going to punish you. Even if I'm asking nicely and saying please, there's some sense you'll get punished afterwards if you don't do it. So this demand, different feel, and then what you get is either people rebelling or you get people complying, which has its own problems as well, even if you get what you want in the short term. Just a little bit on requests. This is a nice alternative to the great British tradition of moaning, whining, bitching and complaining. It is really how to make your life better, how to get things done, how to make things more wonderful. So I really recommend it. Specific requests from me. If you run a company or HR, for example, in a company and you're interested in this work, please drop me an email or give me a phone call as soon as you've finished watching this video. You'll find the details through integrationtraining.co.uk. For everyone else watching this, my request is, after watching this video, have a little think. Is there something you've been moaning about? Is there something that you've been saying, I don't like this, but not actually doing anything about it? Take one thing and see if there's a request that can be made there. So see if there's a person you can ask. For example, you might ask your partner, would you be willing to clean the kitchen to these conditions in this way within this time frame? And here's why I'd really love that. Here's what it would do for me. Thank you. Mark Walsh from Integration Training. I hope this has been useful. Happy requesting.